engine is fantastic.
But it looks like it moves very fast around the compound. Welcome to the Drift HQ channel. Chelsea Denofa is back, and this time he brought over a very special car. This is his Porsche Cayman, and I want to know the story. Why did you want to build a mid-engine drift car?
So for a long time, I spent days, months, years looking at suspension and figuring out what cars could be like the best car. And then also I knew that I was going to be leaving FD and I wanted something that could continue on like the excitement and me being excited about drifting in general. So this car was kind of the pick. Trailing arm rear suspension, mid-engine, front steering rack, and super light. So it's kind of like all of what I love.
Technically speaking, this wasn't the first Porsche drift car.
Yes, Tyler McQuarrie drove a 964. No,
it might have been a 993.
It wasn't 993.
Yeah.
993.
Was it
GT2?
Big money.
Yeah, huge. I think it sold recently for over $500,000 after all the things that have happened to it. So crazy fact on that. And then I built an MR2 mid-engine car to test that theory out like years and years ago, and it worked. And those cars have almost the same suspension as this, oddly enough. So I was like, let's do it. Originally, we were going to build like the previous model to this, which is like a 981, but we found a good deal on a brand new one, and we were like, let's do it.
So this was like a new car with no miles?
It had 30,000 miles,
okay.
But it's current model.
Got it. So before we get into the details of the car, I want you to give the most basic summary you could of, in drifting, compare a rear engine platform to a mid-engine, pros and cons.
So rear engine stuff has almost no off-throttle side bite. And it transfers the weight very, very differently. So like a rear engine 911 would have tons and tons of drive leaving the turn, but not a lot of grip on braking or turn in. And in drift, in general, you would have something that's just swinging a lot of weight in the back. Where this, the weight is all right in front of the rear wheel, so the pivot is a lot better and it's in a better position for side bite.
I'm a Porsche guy, but I actually know nothing about the new generations of Caymans. So give us a super basic understanding. This car stock, what's the engine, what's the transmission, what kind of power does it make, what did you do to make it spicier?
Yeah, so this is an S model, so it comes with a 2.5 liter turbo, direct injected, VGT, like pretty spicy engine package from the factory. They make like a little over 300 horsepower stock. And this is still a stock engine, and it's been turned up with like a billet ragdoll turbo and some cooling modifications that basically get it to like about 550 horsepower. These cars are mostly cast aluminum chassis, so pretty lightweight. And overall, like a car like this typically is like with a tune in like GT3 territory time-wise at like a racetrack.
Sick. Now, to get an angle kit on this, obviously no one makes parts that are readily available. So what was the process like? What do you have in it now? Give us the rundown.
So in the front, these are already front rack. They're electric steering, but they're pretty good and they're programmable like through the factory computer really easily. So we went with SLR for a full billet upright. So the entire upright knuckle, everything's been changed. It's very close to E36 geometry. That doesn't mean there's any E36 parts in the front. It's just we know at the roll center and basically length and distances and measurements of that work really well, and we didn't want to go around too much and change it. So it's got like about 60 degrees of steering angle. It still fits under the factory fender, and it's completely new kinematics in the front.
One of the things I love about Chelsea is he's extremely resourceful. Looking at this hood from a distance, you would think he has some like crazy custom piece. How did you make this?
So this actually was just a test hood, and I just kept cutting it farther and farther back and just bending it. And this is how big the hole needed to be to stay cool. I then got a Manti Racing like proper carbon hood and cut it and put a vent in it, and it overheated.
Really?
So I had to put this back on, and this year in the off season, we're gonna make a nice waterfall vent for this, but.
I think it looks nice.
It does not look nice when you get up close. To me, the car's too nice to have a cut hole here, but either way, we needed to get the radiators out from in front of the tires, because if we tandem or drive or any of that, the radiators will get destroyed. And they do offer a little tiny upgraded radiator from Porsche for the front, but instead we just put like a Chevy radiator and built some brackets for it.
So traditionally this car would have a frunk here.
Yes.
The radiator would be up here. So this is, you know what's funny? You basically did what the new GT3 RS has in terms of how the radiator gets its ducting.
Yeah, so basically It's a poor man's version of that.
But I love how simple it is, you know? It's like you would think that you'd have to do some crazy tube work, cutting up the front end. It looks like you did a good job of using what was already there.
Yeah, so it's basically just a single pass radiator, a Dodge Charger brushless fan because they work really well, and then just dash 20s running back to the factory, basically tubing that runs to the rear.
Do you have to do a lot of crazy custom shock stuff to get this car to drive how you want?
These are off the shelf actually, just changed spring rates. I built out some new stuff, I just haven't got around to put it on there yet. But it's, like I said, it's mostly all in the geometry, and the BC shocks are so adjustable anyway. So like the range of adjustment in this has been plenty for what we do. And a lot of it is in the geometry of things.
For someone who's never driven a car like this, what would you compare the power band like?
It makes 550 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000.
So like a turbo diesel?
So it's like a diesel.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What does it rev to?
7,800.
So it's like a diesel that revs.
The engine is fantastic. It's very, very much like my EcoBoost, but even better because it's VGT.
Got it. And VGT is basically like the turbo has a variable like AR, is that how it works?
Yes, exactly, yeah. It's got blades inside of the turbine housing that direct the airflow, basically.
That's cool.
Yep.
All right, what else special you got going on with this thing? Is this like GT4 Aero?
Yeah, so factory GT4 Aero. It's got some like little skirts on the side. It's got a duct because the intake is right behind the driver's Recaro seat. And basically, it's just meant to look like an OEM Plus build. I know like a lot of the Porsche guys always have their track cars and build stuff out to have like cages and all that, but they keep a lot of the nice interior pieces, and that's kind of was the goal here. So it's got a cage kits cage. It's actually welded like through the unibody in several spots, and it basically still has all of the working looks of the car, but everything behind the dash is all removed and carbon paneled and all that stuff.
Sick.
Yeah.
Look at him with the classic Nardi and the pull-up handbrake.
Of course, dude. The hideaway handbrake, and then also the brake bias controllers behind the driver's seat, so it's there and easy to reach.
Being a modern car, do you feel like there's any sort of like delay, or you can feel like whether it's with the clutch or the gas, like it's not as connected?
So it's really, really good and responsive, except when you pull the handbrake currently. I've been working with the M Engineering guys to tune that out and figure out how to have it work, but basically with the speed sensors hooked up, it drops to 0 on the handbrake obviously, and it will only run like a specific amount of boost until the car gains speed again. So for 90% of the people that drive it, they won't even notice it. But for like people like us that are waiting to the last second and lighting off as early as possible and doing all those things, you do notice it, mostly in the chase position though. But it's been really cool to like go in and just be able to plug into the computer and basically change anything you want, because the Porsche stuff is so like open source and easy to do. Yeah. Like the steering return rate, self-steer, all that stuff is all just plug in, change some values and go. The tuning is really easy.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's a good engine too.
I'm excited to drive it because I've never driven, or I should say I've never drifted a mid-engine car. I've driven a mid-engine car on track, and I remember it was so good that I was almost bored because it reminded me of a go-kart. Yeah. Like there's not a lot moving around, it just does what you tell it to. It's very easy to understand, but I'm curious how that applies into drifting.
It's very intuitive in drift. It's a little light on the front end on the light off. And then also, like if you want to stab the brakes or do anything, you have to remember that there is more weight behind you than in front of you.
That makes sense.
So it would normally pivot the brakes, the weight onto the front, but this pivots it to all 4 tires pretty evenly. Okay. So it slows down fast, but it might add a little angle when you do it, kind of thing.
Got it. I'm excited to drive it, but before I do, Chelsea's actually gonna take a lap. This is the first time he's running the new 40 sidewall from Tire Streets, the Accelera 651. Now he's got even more side bite, but he wants to make sure it complements the car well so I don't go wad it up into a tree.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want him to light off, lose the front, and go through the fuel shed.
I mean, you know, wouldn't be the first time. No, I'm just kidding.
Isn't that Freddie's shed?
Yeah, Fred Shed.
Okay, Fred Shed.
But anyway, so Chelsea will take it for a rip, I'll take it for a rip, and then at the end of this video, I want to talk to you about your plans for the next stage of this car.
Sweet.
Let's do it. You do be sounding like a tractor a little bit. I don't know if camera will do it justice, but it looks like it moves very fast around the compound. Like it doesn't sound like it's moving fast, but visually it just looks like it's going through the course at such a high rate of speed.
Yeah, for a 265 200 tread wear, it's moving pretty good right now.
All right, so tell me what I need to know before I drive this thing.
Just drive it like you drive your E36s with the front tires aired up. The rear suspension and how it activates is just like a E36.
Okay, cool.
I would just do some fun shit first before you fire it into there, but
Everything is fun for me.
yeah, there you go. And like I said, the handbrake. The steering wheel has the typical in, out, up, down if you want to adjust it still.
So this is actually my first time driving on the new 650/140 sidewall. I'm pretty excited. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, but I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. Be soft to the clutch, yeah?
Just don't limit or dump it.
The intake noise is crazy right behind your head.
I just don't limit or dump my car, so I don't know what's going to happen. And the gearboxes are $8 grand, so I haven't broke one yet.
It actually has a little bit more front grip than I expected.
It sounds pretty good outside, but it's in the high RPM. It's a little less Subaru up there, you know? All right, so what do you think? I think he's gonna light off and get pushed in the first turn, first try.
Go easy, take it soft in the beginning. Than a typical Chelsea Denofa car.
Yeah, because it has to be. Because when you start asking a bunch of it, it goes away quick.
Interesting.
So like, when you drive it hard, it gets lighter on the front.
That makes sense.
Because you're like being gentle and nice. How good is that engine?
It's great. I mean, like I'm in the drop just giggling because I'm at like 1500 RPM going whoop, whoop, whoop.
4-cylinder.
I know, it's crazy.
Technology's come a long way. Porsche knows what they're doing.
All right, let me get a rebate.
All right.
All right, we got permission to drive it a little bit harder. Turbo noise is wild. It's crazy in the drop how much you just feel it doing this.
Because all the weight.
Yeah.
The weight falls in the drop.
It doesn't feel like a mid-engine car to me.
Yeah.
Like if I hopped in this car and you didn't tell me that it was mid-engine, I would believe you.
Yeah. It's
Like-
because you're used to driving FD cars too, though.
Sure. But it's a very intuitive car.
It's literally all the suspension and geometry changes, like to make it do the things we want that this car would never normally do.
Yeah.
Like the off throttle and on throttle side bite is good, but like stock they're awful.
It's
you know,
easy to float and like do what you need to do, but it's fast.
I was saying, like, as you drive it more, you're like, this is actually better.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Because like in the chase, you never pull the handbrake. You just tap the brake and it just holds the angle. And then you can go from tapping the brake to left foot braking or whatever you need to do. Like, you just don't ever use the handbrake unless you're going into a turn you have to slow.
Yeah, the only thing that was catching me off guard a little bit, even coming through there, is like, again, there's more front grip than I'm expecting in certain scenarios. So I freak out for a second because I'm like, whoa, is it going to pivot around the front?
Yeah, it doesn't actually ever do that, but it feels like it might.
Yeah,
like
you
at
know what
low
I'm
angle
saying.
scenarios.
That feeling of like, it's like, oh, it's biting.
I think also the electric steering is still not as responsive as a normal
there's like
one.
a little delay maybe?
Not delay, but like less confidence like after when you're doing your first few laps.
Yeah. Well, thank you. This is very cool.
Dude, take another lap.
All right.
Rip it. Have fun.
I won't say no.
Looks like he's having fun in it. That's the key.
You gotta show us how it's done with the backy in this thing.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
I would think that it would be easy because the rear engine, but does that act as like a pendulum or?
It makes it so it doesn't want to come back because you've got no front centering it. Also, you probably bounced to the front and caught it on something, and we probably need a tie rod because that was like big
I tried
catch.
to be soft to not do that.
Is the steering wheel still straight when you drive or no? Okay.
But I thought about that. I was trying to be nice to it.
Yeah, it's kind of limiting because the steering rack is so high in the car. Like the lower ball joint is here and the tie rod is here on the steering. Looks like you're having fun with it though.
No, it's a good time.
Yeah.
It's so easy to drive.
Right. That's always been the goal. So that way when you put sticky tires on it, it does the thing.
Yeah.
Like this thing on the 100 treadwears has a shitload more drive, but probably the same side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for letting me drive it.
No worries, dude.
And that's going to be it for this episode of Drift HQ's Behind the Build. Thank you, Chelsea, for coming through yet again. Let us know what car you guys want to see next, and we'll see you soon.